Now let's now talk to approach to leadership. Leadership theories categories. There are many leadership theories, all of which is fit within three categories. The components of an effective leader. We'll talk about the trait approach first. Then we'll talk about the behavior approach to leadership. Then we'll talk plus the situational approach to leadership. These are the things, these are the three approaches to leadership that we can uh, implement in ourselves as leaders. Okay. Let's go first with trait approach to leadership. So the question now I'm going to ask is, what is leadership? Which I've been asking already. Leadership theory categories and the trait approach theory. And what are traits? And what is leadership effectiveness? Very important to have an effective leader, effective leadership for to be successful, company to be successful, the organization to be successful, the individual to be successful. So leadership is about the ability to influence. I always talk about it, influencing. That's leadership. The position or a function of a leader and the ability to lead. An act or instance of leading, guiding, direction, the leaders of a group. Ability means that leadership can be learned. Okay, it can be learned. Okay, okay. The trait approach to leadership. The theory is that the leadership effectiveness is based on certain traits. Traits in terms of age, in terms of gender, in terms of height, in terms of education. People are hiring more mature people, their age, especially in the managerial position, in the executive position, because of their technical know-how, because of their skills, because of the management breadth, in terms of their problem-solving skills, in terms of their analytical skills, in terms of their experience that they have gained through the years, in terms of their wisdom, decision-making skills. But other companies are also hiring younger people, maybe 27, 26 years old, 28 years old, 25 years old, 24 years old, because of their, their energy. They got more energy. They are willing to learn. They are willing to improve. Okay. They are good listener. They listen. They intently listen to older people. They want to gain experience. They have interest in them. They have the keenest interest because they're young. They still have the energy. Maybe the other companies are thinking, oh, the older people, they're now on the horizon. They're not interested anymore to improving the business, things like that. So that is the thinking of some organization and thinking, but in hey method of job evaluation, the US system that I have attended in terms of job evaluation, we don't put in the job description the age, we don't put in terms of the gender and height. On the education is okay. We are putting that in the job description. Why we don't put age, gender, and height? Because that would be discrimination. We are discriminating in terms of age, discriminating when we put 25 to 30 years old only. What about 31 years old? What about 24 years old? What about 32 years old? So we're putting 30 to 35 years old. What about 29 years old? What about 28 years old? Just because you are under 1 year younger, you don't qualify to the job because it's not written in the job description. In terms of gender, you have female, you are male only. What about female? Can they do the job? Or female only? What about the male? Can the male do the job? What about the third sex? Okay, the LGBTs, can they do the job? So in the job description of Hay method, we don't write, or we don't indicate in the job description in terms of age, gender, and height. Okay. About the gender, some organization are hiring female only. Why? Because maybe because of religious thing, like in the Muslim areas in Saudi Arabia, for example, they hire female, putting them in one place only, female only, and male in one place only, male only. Maybe one section like laboratory, all female are working because they are now giving opportunities for the female to work. But the only thing is they don't want to mix. They don't have to have a mixture of genders, male and female in one room. They don't want that because of the religious thing. So, but in terms of the religious thing, that's not a discrimination because it's religious, no? Conservative country or conservative companies. Okay, so that's what they do. But generally, you don't put male or female only. Height. Some companies think that if you are taller, you command leadership. You will get the people to follow you because of your height. Maybe they're scared of you because of your height, or maybe they are afraid of you because of your height, because you are tall, you're a big man. Okay, maybe in some cases, maybe, but not all the time. There are leaders who are good influencer and good leaders, like Mahatma Gandhi and other leaders like Nelson Mandela. They're not big guys, they're not tall guys, or other guys. I forgot the others. Okay, there are leaders, especially in the Philippines. There are leaders five footer only, 5'2", 5'3", 5'4", 5'5". No, they're not tall because Filipinos are naturally not tall. Education is also good for the leadership. Especially if you have a what you call a experience. You have in qualification, you need to qualify. You need experience and you need education. So if you have MBA, you have Master Science in engineering, you have PhD, of course, you have the advantage over the other. But there are certain positions we don't want PhD, we don't want master's degree. Bachelor's would be enough based on the job evaluation, based on the requirements of the job, depending on the kind of job that you're doing. Like production manager, bachelor's degree is enough. Engineering managers, bachelor's degree is enough. Transport manager, bachelor's degree is enough. Okay. But when you become a GM, general manager, you need a master's degree. Okay. Or PhD if you want. Or most of the CEO, they have PhD. So depending on the level of authorities, depending on the level of management level. Okay. So theory state leadership effectiveness is based on certain traits. Traits and leadership effectiveness, a direct correlation between traits and leadership. There is a direct correlation. Traits and leadership. Like the age, older people, they get wisdom. So it's a direct correlation. And a taller guy, maybe you command people because of your size. Could be a correlation. Leadership effectiveness has not been proven by certain traits. It's also not been proven, actually. It doesn't mean that you are younger or you are older. For example, in Japan, they have problems in terms of the baby boomers. There are more baby boomers than younger people. The generation Y, or the, what do you call that? The centennial guys. There are few people now in the young people. Why? Because the Japanese family, they don't have big families. In one family, only one son, one daughter, or maybe one son, one daughter, two children. They're not making, they're not producing more children. That's why there are more. That's their issue now. That's why there are more people, older people, still working. 70 years old, 75 people, 75 years old, still working. When I went to Colorado, in Denver, Colorado, in Atlanta, I went to Minneapolis. Okay. I see lots of old people working, 70, 75 years old, still working. They don't retire. They just retire for the sake of, just for the purpose of getting the lump sum retirement fee. They retire actually at 62 years old, I think. Like steward, they're old because I flew with Delta Airlines. I have observed there are more young, older, more than 60 years old stewardess. Okay, in the airplane. You don't see that in Philippine Airlines, in our local airlines and other ASEAN airlines. Okay, they're still working in the hotels. The old people, some old people are still working in the office, in the work, in the maintenance, on the streets. I see lots of. They don't, no prejudice, no discrimination whatsoever. In the domestic security, in the immigration, in the custom, I don't see. I see lots of older people.